Hello everyone, Rogue Fox here, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. In December of 2017, I created this hidden staircase that you see right here. So for those of you who haven't seen it, all we do is flip this over right here. That reveals our hidden staircase, and of course, once we take the power away, it closes right back up and is nice and flush with the floor. Now the redstone here fits within a 4x5 area, which wasn't too bad, and I was really excited when I figured this out. But what I thought we would do today is make an updated version of this build right here. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Hidden Stairs version 2. Now the redstone here fits within a 4x4 area, so it is one block smaller than version 1, and we are using different redstone circuits here, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So, to demonstrate this, let's go ahead and come over to our lever, and again, we do want this wired up to a hidden input, and I'll show you how to do that at the end if you stick around. But we flip our lever, that reveals our hidden staircase, and notice that there is no redstone showing, except for the sticky piston right down here. And of course, to close it back up, let's flip our lever once again. And it does close up quite quickly and sequentially, so it also makes it satisfying to look at when it closes up. So there's the opening, and then the closing. To make this hidden staircase, you will need a 4x4 area. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our supplies. And there we go. There are all the supplies we'll need for today's build, and as always, if you want to pause the video, go ahead and do that. Grab your supplies, and then we'll jump right into the build. To get things started, we're going to place in our foundation. So that will be our sticky pistons. And to do that, what we want to do is start in this bottom left corner here. Come one block over, 3 blocks back, and place down a temporary block right there. Get your sticky pistons, place 2 sticky pistons facing up. Just like that, we're going to set up our double piston extender. Knock that block out down there, and go ahead and place a block on its face. Now what we want to do is come back here and place a sticky piston facing up, right against that block there, and then place another block on its face right there, and that will be our staircase when it comes down. Now what we want to do is place a temporary block right here, 3 more out. We can knock these out. And against this block, go ahead and place a sticky piston facing forward, another one on top facing forward, 1 sticky piston facing up against the bottom one, and then 1 more block right there. So that is all done, and your layout should look just like this. And we can actually knock that block out back there. We don't need it. Again, this is what your foundation should look like. Now it's time to wire this thing up. So as we move along, I will try to quickly explain the redstone only because we are using observers in this build, and I know those can be tricky blocks to work with. But what we want to do first is place a block against our bottom piston here of our double piston extender, just like that. Go ahead and place a lever on the outside, and again, we will wire this up to a hidden input, so don't worry. But what we want to do next is place a redstone torch right off to the side, right there, facing in the direction of this piston here. Place a block right above it, a redstone torch right there, and then 1 more block above it, just like that. So it should look like this, and already we have our double piston extension all set up. So if we flip our lever, we have our double piston extension, and now it's time to wire up the retraction. For the retraction, a couple things need to happen. So if we take the power away, we'll be left with this. Now what needs to happen next is this piston needs to extend and pull this one back, like that. And then this piston needs to extend and pull the block back. And then that'll give us the full retraction. So we'll extend this once more, like so, and take away the power. So let's go ahead and wire this up. Again, this needs to retract this one first. So what we're going to do is grab our observer and place our observer right there. So it will be detecting that update right there. And what we're going to do is run that observer into a block down right here, and then redstone dust right there. So if we go ahead and power it, we get our double piston extension, we flip it once more, and then we get ourselves our first retraction. To wire up the next retraction, what we want to do is come back to this side of our build, grab yourself a redstone torch, and on this side of the block, place a redstone torch right there, and then that will invert as well. So we should have this block right here with 2 redstone torches on both sides. Go ahead and grab your observer. Let's swing around to this side here, and you can get in this gap right here. On top of this observer, run your observer into the piston. And to know you placed it right, you should get that update. And you should also have the face facing out. Now go ahead and place a block right here. Get yourself a repeater, and run your repeater out from the torch, and set that to 3 ticks. You can see we're getting our update there, and that is all done. So again, we flip it, double piston extension, and then our retraction. Alright, now that the hard part is out of the way, we have our double piston extender. Now we need to wire up the rest. So for this piston, all we're going to do is place a block above that redstone torch that we just placed, come 2 blocks out like that, and line it up with redstone dust. So that is already finished. So if we do this once more, we get our extension, and this will be the floor right here. And then we take away the power, we get our retraction, and for some reason, I don't know why this is messing up, but let's go ahead and set that to 4 ticks. Redstone has been acting up lately. I don't know what it is. So I guess to be on the safe side, let's go ahead and set that to 4 ticks. So I do apologize about that. I don't know what's going on, because if we look back here, this is set to 3 ticks, but it works just fine. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that. It's just Bedrock Edition being Bedrock Edition. So 3 or 4 ticks will do just fine for this one right there. And again, let's go ahead and try it out. We have our extension, our retraction, and that will reveal our staircase. And then let's place a block right there. So that is our complete staircase right there. Now all we need to do is wire this up right here. To wire up these pistons right here, we're going to go ahead and build off of this additional block that we placed right here. So come down below it, we want to come a block down and a block out. We can remove that. Redstone dust on top to complete this line and extend it. Now go ahead and grab a sticky piston, place a sticky piston facing forward, so it's facing towards the blocks here, or the pistons. Redstone block on its face, and it should look like that so far. Now go ahead and place a block above that redstone block with redstone dust on top. On top of the sticky piston, place down a repeater running into that block, and set that to 3 ticks. Now what we need to do is wire up this block right here, or power it, because once these pistons extend, this piston is going to be pushed above this block, and this block needs to be powered before this gets powered here. So what we're going to do is place a temporary block right here, a block out, remove that, and then place a repeater running into that block. So if we flip our lever, you can see everything has extended, and then everything has retracted. Now why this works, right here we have this redstone dust powering this piston, which will extend the block forward, powering the repeater, which will then power the block. But we also have this set to 3 ticks. So this will happen first, and then this will happen next. So this block gets powered before these pistons extend. Hopefully that made sense. I know it's happening a little quickly, but hopefully you get the idea. Before we move on, I also wanted to explain the retraction. Because this is the first block to be powered, it is also the first block to lose power, which means this retracts first before these pistons retract, allowing both of these to be retracted. So again, I know this happens fast, but we can see that this retracts first before these pistons retract the blocks there. So there we go. We have our hidden stairs all wired up. Now the only thing left to do is to build the floor around it. And that's very easy to do. And to make it look nice, let's go ahead and fill that part in. So again, we have our hidden staircase. And the only thing left to do at this point is to fill in these gaps like that. So we have a nice and clean build. And as you saw in the beginning, we flip our lever and we get our retraction. For those of you wanting to know how to wire this up to a hidden input, we'll go ahead and do that right now. I mean, this is hidden stairs after all, so we may need a hidden input, just a good idea. Now there are many variations that we can do, but we're going to hook this up to a T flip-flop. So this is very easy. Let's go ahead and place a block right here and run a repeater into our orange block like that. So this will become our new power source. So we can remove that lever. Everything will retract. Let's go ahead and place a block right here, redstone dust. And what we want to do is, let's see, we want to put this in the right spot. We don't want this redstone block to power anything going on down here. So we can actually come a block up like that. Grab a dropper, place your dropper facing up. Crouch place your dropper facing forward. And then crouch place your hopper running into that bottom dropper like that. And I did add this block here because this would be our staircase. So let's go ahead and finish that off. Now what we want to do is place a junk item inside, so this diamond block will do just fine. And on top of this hopper, go ahead and crouch place a comparator running into that block. Now what we need to do is add power to this top dropper here. So let's do a button for now. And if we press it, we have our extension. Power it again, or depower it, we have our retraction. Now for this setup, we need this top dropper to be directly powered. So at this point, we really can't run redstone dust on top like that. That would just get in the way. So the best thing to do is to place a block right there with a repeater running into that. And then whatever your hidden input is going to be, run it going into this repeater right there. Just like that. And there you have it, everyone. Another hidden staircase for Bedrock Edition. This is the end of our tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Rogue Fox, and I'm out. I'll see you later.